Now, at this point, most people have heard of the hit book series Percy Jackson. With an ever-expanding book franchise, a failed movie franchise, and an upcoming Disney Plus show, it is becoming a household name. I'm a huge fan of the books for its great writing and interesting ties to Greek mythology and history. But as a big fan, there's a big inconsistency between the books and history, which plays a huge part in the story. Hi, I'm Gabe the Person, and this is Percy Jackson's biggest plot hole. Also, for people who know me and are wondering why this video is age restricted and on this channel, you'll see in a second. Now, in the Percy Jackson universe, the Greek gods never died, disappeared, or even just never existed. As humanity moved west, the gods followed, now controlling from the back, living in the United States. As we know, Greek gods like to get it on with humans, creating many demigods or just mortals. And like many things, this has not changed. So in the story, there is a camp for these demigods, or half-bloods as they are called, to seek refuge from the monsters of the world. Although some gods like Zeus, Poseidon, Hades, and Artemis have sworn off reproduction, many other gods have not. We see tons of heirs of gods like Ares, Aphrodite, and others. The standards of what people find attractive has changed, which would mess with a lot of these details in the books. So, just to be blunt, in Green Times, it was preferred to have a small package. By the way, I have a list of slang I will be using to avoid this video being taken down, so just a warning. In Greek times, if you had a big banana, you would be seen as more of a brute and a dumb human. But if you had a teeny tiny eggplant, you were intelligent and kind because you cared more about the woman's comfort. And with the Greek gods becoming public figures in the Greek times and not now, you could assume that they side with Greek culture. Many times in the books, we see the gods and mythical creatures talking about the problems with the modern day, whether it's pollution or something that refers to their specific gift. With them siding with the beliefs, you would think that if they sided with the past and disliked much of the future, why would they change their beliefs about flagpoles? And this lines up with the mythology because the most brutish god, Ares, only has 2 heirs, least of all gods. The most of male gods is Zeus with 92, and I found he was followed up by Apollo, who I consider a bit more dim-witted, but I mean, he's the sun god. He knows how to bring the heat. Anyways, he has 26, Poseidon has 11, Dionysus 9, and who I thought would be second last, Dionysus, but the actual second last is Hermes. One more thing, Hades either has 1 or 4, depending on how you look at it and just where you look at it, but I mean, he is pretty intelligent. My only explanation is he slays, so they never make it out of the bed. So if it was by looks or personalities alone, which is how they get to it alone, this so far lines up with the belief, but in the past, of course. But in Percy Jackson, many of these gods would have very small blaze rods because they're from the past, yet still have many heirs. Now, for a character like Ares, which, seeing how brutish he is, probably has a humongous rocket ship, makes sense to have a lot more heirs, but what about other gods? One that makes sense is Athena, since she likes smarts, and I mean, if a guy is an adult and has planes in his room, he probably isn't looking too great down below. But another female god, which really doesn't make sense, is Aphrodite. She's the god of beauty and sexual love. Being Greek, she probably loves a small wand, maybe a bendy half-inch in Harry Potter terms with a unicorn core. And since beauty nowadays is just all about things are bigger and better, bigger abs, bigger, I don't have my list with me, pineapple. You think she would, just do it with other gods because, you know, they also have small things, and she just doesn't have a lot of, and she just doesn't. You'd think she'd just do it with other gods, you know, because they have small pineapples, but yet she still has tons of heirs. And how can you have a gorgeous man in 2022 with a tiny hot dog? That doesn't exist. Now, with the new show coming up, this is a big plot hole I hope they fix. Sure, this would be a major reworking of a great story, but it just makes no sense. It seems like many intelligent gods are getting more heirs than ever in the modern day, when they got dongles so small you would need a microscope to make sure they got the flashlight in. I would also be fine if they made a special edition version of the books, just George Lucas it, where only Apollo, Athena, and Ares had children. But thanks for watching. I hope I convinced you this fishing pole problem is so big, or small in this case, I don't know how to make a change.org, but if someone does, make it and put it in the description. Either way, Ivan gave the person, and until the next one, bye. Hi. Thanks for watching past the outro. I doubt anyone is. My retention's very low. Anyways, here's your post-outro scene as a reward. So you all know Zeus, right? Greek god, guitar lord, dog that I sleep with every night. Anyways, like we know, he has 92 kids. So I guess that just proves that even if you have a... Thanks, MGK. Yeah, even if you have a... That means that you can still bring the thunder.